Akashic Records. When the Akashic Records came to me, I became a Akashic Records soul practitioner in 2019. And how it came to me was in about 1993, I had a wonderful dear friend named Joan Bunny. And I was just speaking with her. We had a little slumber party. And I was just speaking with her about, I'm here on this earth. I really want to know why. I think I have an idea. And how do I find out why I'm here on this earth? And it's a question that I've had since I was 12, 15, 18, just a constant wanting to know, how do I find out my soul's purpose? So she said, you need to contact this lady named Linda Howe. And I wrote the name down, and life happened. And let's just say in 2019, life was very interesting. A lot of things I think we were coming from a recession, and I made a decision. I was not going to come from the recession. I was going to start living. And I decided to tap right back into my reason and why, the question I had always asked, why am I here on this earth? So I decided to tap back in, and I think I was just digging around and some of my old papers and writings, and Linda Howe's name came up. And so it was time to, let me backtrack. In 2014, I was able to get my Akashic Record read. There was a lady named Doria. She was up in Yam. I sat in front of her. She did my Akashic Records. That was such an amazing time. She tapped into the fact that I was dual. I came here for two purposes. I was here to be of service, and I was also a healer. And I understood immediately what she meant by that. Immediately I understood. I had always taken care of senior citizens. I had always taken being a nanny for a family. And so that was part of what I was come back to do, to be of service. So it was very exciting to know that I had already was living a part of my soul's purpose. I had already started living the life that I had came here to live. I had been living it little by little, bit by bit, little bit, little here, little there. So I knew that I was on the right track when I had decided that I wanted to become a Reiki master. So that was in 2010. So I already knew that by the time so when did I got my Akashic Records in 2009, not 2014, 2014. I got my Akashic Records in 2009. That sparked my Reiki. So then by the time 2019 came around, 2019 came, I always say 2019, 2019 came around, I had remembered my soul's purpose. So I wanted to also do Akashic Records readings. I wanted to be able to daily tap into what I want, the God within, the I am, my ancestors. I wanted to be able to daily sit and talk with them. I wanted to daily be able to ask my higher self, the God within, questions of which way to go, which way not to go, which way to be, how not to be. I really wanted to know how to live on this earth. I really wanted to know daily, how was I supposed to walk? So when I got my Akashic Records read, it only sparked and inspired me to be an Akashic Records reader. And so that way I can do it for myself, and also to be of service to those who were also wanting to tap into the truest essence of who they came here to be, their I am, their God within, their motivation, inspiration of why they get up in the morning and why they are even here. So I felt like if I could be of service to someone the human heart. If I could be of service to someone that was asking those questions as I had also asked those questions, then there was no other, that was like, what do you call that? A no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. So in 2019, becoming an Akashic Records soul practitioner gave me the ability to facilitate for myself and for others that were looking for more answers while they were here, more understanding, more knowing. And it's been a really beautiful journey. I started to do Akashic Records for others probably after I started doing at least 5 or 6 for myself. But when I became Akashic Records reader, taking the course, I took the course from the lady that my friend Joan Bunny had told me about, Linda Howe, back in 1993. She was still teaching. So in 2019, I took her Akashic Records, like the crash course. I took every single one I could. I think there were 3 of them, and I took them all 3 at one time. And I was really serious about it. I was really honored about being able to assist others. So it was really a beautiful moment in time. So after I received my Akashic Records reading certification, I was just, I think I did at least 20 without charging. I wanted to make sure that I wanted to pay homage to the energy flow of it, and I wanted to make sure that I was really tapped in, really zoned in, really being of service to the human heart before I could say that I was a certified reader. And everyone that I've done has always stuck in my heart, and I will remember every single one. And everyone that I've done, I realize that we all have been cultivating this time and co-consciously walking with each other, and I would have never have met them, and they would have never opened up their heart, for me to do such a beautiful moment in time if there was not pure trust. So when you ask me what is an Akashic Records reading, what is Akashic Records? It's the ultimate infinite library of who we have always been, who we have ever been, present time now. We can tap into all of our ancestors, all of our loved ones, everyone that's walked on this earth, and even those who are in the galaxies, should I say, the aliens, the extraterrestrials. We can tap into them. They tap into us because the veil is this thin. It's like this thin. Spirit, when you go into spirit, you don't leave this earth. Your spirit is still here, and we can choose that. And when, like, for instance, I have perfect, my perfect example is when you lose a loved one. For me, my brother Tiger, he's in spirit, and whenever I just mention his name, he's here instantly. I feel him. I can hear him. He speaks through me, to me. And especially when I'm doing my spiritual work, he's very present. Especially when I'm doing my YouTubes, he's very present. He loves to sing show tunes, so he's always popping in and giving me music. And I don't sing. But I seem to be able to at least remember the words. So I have to say, Akashic Records has it has been an amazing, beautiful, God-given gift, and it's everyone has the ability to tap into their Akashic Records. I also talk about Akashic Records with the Village Green, the community center, and I do the tarot cards, and I do Akashic Records because I know that a lot of people are either missing their loved ones, grieving their loved ones, and I try to bring that grieving process to more of a fun moment in time, because I noticed that whenever my brother Tiger, I noticed that whenever I am in my happiest moments and my most joyful moments, dancing, laughing, having a great time, that's when he's very present. When even my grandfather, Almac, that's in spirit, whenever I've accomplishing something and I'm very proud of myself, he was a Capricorn, and so he was very about his getting all his ducks in a row. So he always comes around when I am very in tune to my money flow, my financial flow, my getting my ducks in a row. And he's always very present. He was a real estate man, so he's always given me advice when it comes to anything real estate, anything investment. So, and my mother, my mother's father, and my grandmother, she was very much a creative being. She would knit dresses, crochet dresses. So she tends to shop with me. I always seem to find the crochet dresses because she's always popping in. So there's so many ways to tap in, and Akashic Records is one of the ways that I find the easiest, the quickest, the funnest. So I have always been very intuitive, and since I was a young girl, so Akashic Records has always been very easy for me. In a sense, I kind of gravitated quickly toward the energy flow, because when I am performing Akashic Records for somebody, performing or being of service to someone, there's 4 things that usually happen. I have visions. I have like a quick little vision, like almost like a movie set, and I can see the person, I can see the situation, I can see it, and if I can say it quickly and fast, then I can catch it. There's a time when I first started and I had to write things really fast or tape things really fast, but now we have this lovely videos that I can do Akashic Records, and we can be looking at each other either in person or I can videotape it. And so it's just lovely to have that opportunity to catch the energy really quickly and be able to talk it really fast. Also, I can hear things. I can usually, like an ancestor, I always ask permission if your ancestors pop in. Is it okay that I speak upon them or welcome them in? And if I can hear them say, please ask them, or please, then I will always do that. And then if I'm not always like got a name for you. It's not always that. It's usually a moment in time. It's usually a feeling. It could be a name, not always a name. It could be like sometimes it's a nickname, or the person will say, ask them if this or ask them that, and then I will be having a dialogue with your loved ones, and then if I say it out loud, it always resonates with the person, and I'm always just really just fascinated and always amazed, and no matter how many times I do it, I'm always just honored that you trust me with that type of energy flow, your life, your heart. So one other things is I can so the hearing, the smelling, sometimes it's not always the smell, but it'll be a feeling, a lot of laughter. There's always a lot of laughter. There's always you can ask questions when you pop into that Akashic Record. You're like, what, when, and why, but not so much time. There's times there is so fluid. It's almost as if present time now are lovely questions. You know, what messages do you have for my heart like now? What messages do you have for me now? This lovely. Um, I was hearing a lot with Akashic Records for a moment. I was hearing that they were always ask the right question. Ask the right question, and that sounds like, hey, like ask the right question. And I think ask any question that comes into your heart, the first question that comes into your heart immediately, not the one that comes into your head. So speaking from your heart knows, has always wanted to ask that one question that you were always afraid to ask. So that's usually the question that you should ask. So what else? Akashic Records. How I use Akashic Records in my life. I think it was in 2019 when I did open up my records, and I asked the question, now what? That seems to be the main question that really opens up my channels, is now what? Now that I know, now what? And the one answer that was given to me was, it's time to harvest. And I knew immediately what that meant. I knew immediately it was time to stop playing small. It was time to stop sitting back in my energy flow. It was time to stop do all that I've been wanting to do. So I understood that Akashic Records was my opening channels to really become more what I've come here to be. And the soul's purpose was to come here to tap in with the human heart, be of service to the human heart, and find ways. I thought it was always going to be like one way. I always thought it was just going to be Reiki, but I didn't realize that the Akashic Records and the Reiki and me doing the tarot card readings were all going to be a way for me to see more of myself. And when you can see more of yourself, that gives you the opportunity to be more of who you've come here to be. It gives you the opportunity to just become and live the life that you've been wanting to live, the life you came here to live. And I've been always saying, living the life on purpose, with a purpose, for a purpose. So this has been an amazing spiritual journey. It's as if the awakened to my hero's journey, my sacred journey. So talking about hero's journey, that will be, let's talk more about that. That had a lot to do with me tapping into the channels to do YouTube, my channel Astral, and that has been a blast. So I'll talk more about that in just one moment.